Okay, so I want to tell you about two communal shabbat dinners that I went to. So basically, it's like a thing here to go to these big dinners that are organised for like young professionals, and it's a nice way to meet people and have a social activity. Actually, there was one when I first arrived, but I didn't have anyone to go with. So I wasn't actually able to go. But by the time the next one came round, I had made some friends who would wanted to go with me. Anyway, so me and Lucy and Lee and Emma decided to go to this one that was like really advertised a lot on Secret Tel Aviv. It's White City Shabbat at 126 Synagogue, which is really near us on Ben Yehuda. And anyway, so we decided to go and we booked our tickets, and oh my God, so expensive. It was like 180 shekels, like nearly £30. Which I know in London is not like that's reasonable for a dinner, but here it's like that's a lot of money. But anyway, so we decided, we're going to go, it's fine. Apparently, if you'd booked earlier, the early bird ticket was like 110 shekels. But anyway, so we went and we got there basically just far too early. Basically, there's a Shabbat service that was going on first. And we sort of went into the Shabbat service. But there weren't really any seats, and we didn't really have a book, so we didn't really know what was going on. And then we realised loads of people were just gathering outside and chatting. So we decided to go back outside and just chit chat with a few people. And then basically when the service finished, they like led us downstairs to like where the hall was. And oh my God, what a balagan. Basically you had to like register. You had to bring a printout of your ticket. That was a whole palaver in itself, because who's got a printer? Anyway, luckily the apartment Lucy and Lee were staying in actually did have a printer. So they managed to print our tickets. And then they were checking every single name off the list. And there was like one big queue. But actually, when you got nearer to the front, they said, no, there's actually 4 queues depending on the alphabet of your surname. Anyway, so by the time we got in, it was huge. There was like 200, 300 people there. I don't know. Basically, they had all these, like, it was a real shul hall dinner. They had all these like little tables set up with about 8 to 10 chairs per table. And we were like, I would say, came in at like 3/4 of the people were already in. And literally, we couldn't find anywhere to sit. So we'd like go up to the table and be like, can we sit here? And people would be like, no, sorry, we're saving these seats. And after a few goes of this, it was really awkward and embarrassing. We were like, okay, we're going to have to split up. So we split into 2 twos and went off different ways. And we still couldn't find somewhere to sit. I was with Lucy and we were like, hi, like, do you mind if we sit here? People were like, no, we're saving these seats. They weren't even nice about it. They weren't even apologetic. And it was just getting really embarrassing. We were like, what are we going to do? And we looked across the room and like Lee and Emma were having the same problem. Honestly, it was not very nice and not very welcoming. Anyway, eventually, we found a table that said, okay, yeah, you can sit. And they basically were nice, but they were all French. And they all just wanted to speak to each other in French, and were really not interested in me and Lucy, who had joined their table, these 2 random girls they didn't really want there. Anyway, so Lee and Emma found a table actually next to ours, and it seemed a bit more sociable. They had like someone from Amsterdam and someone from America, and they didn't all know each other. The ones so I think it was better where the table we were on, they all knew each other. And then anyway, and then it was just like the food was dreadful. It was like this sad plate of 3 pieces of salmon for 8 people, like some sad pickles. We had a challah roll, thank God. And it was all just really like ad hoc. They did kiddush, it was nice. But I guess with 300 people, it's hard. But it was just very I didn't think it was very well organised. And then when the main course was sort of coming out, we just didn't get any food for ages. And then finally, like Lucy was like, this is ridiculous, because saw like loads of other people had some food. And then finally we got given one like of those like tinfoil trays like plunked on the table with some like chicken and rice. And then Lucy was like, but everyone else has got lots of other things. In the end, she just had enough and went to the kitchen to go and get it herself. And it was just all just like in these tinfoil trays, like plumps of food. And honestly, for the amount of money we'd spent on this, it was really, there was no alcohol. There was like 1 bottle of wine per table. And, you use it for kiddush. I mean, you fill up the cup, it goes all the way to the top, and you've used like most of the wine, and you're sharing this kiddush cup. And then someone else came to take some more wine from us for their kiddush cup. And basically it was ridiculous. And then, so it was okay. Me and Lucy had a lovely time chatting to each other. And then at the end, they kind of, did bring out some sort of spirits for shots, but by the time they got to our end of the room, there basically wasn't any. And then all like the men just like sat around one table, some people just all singing together, but it was very much like men only. And then we kind of hung around for a bit and did chat to some nice people once people were a bit more like mobile and moving. But all in all, it was just a bit like, this isn't quite what we were expecting. Anyway, so then the following week, we tried another one that we'd heard about, which was a Nefesh B'Nefesh one, joint with White City Shabbat, to do a special Shabbat dinner for new Olim. So we thought, okay, we must go to this. And it was like special focus on Olim from this summer. And we went, and oh my God, it was like a world of difference. It was in this nice like community center. It was probably maybe 100 people in total, but it was actually split into 2 rooms, which meant it was like very intimate actually. It was like long tables, and people were much more open. People weren't in big groups already, so you could kind of sit. We found like these 2 guys we started chatting to, and then we sat with this family and they had a baby. And actually it was just, the whole atmosphere was completely different. The food was much nicer. Still wasn't loads of alcohol, but there was more there. And also that dinner was like 40 shekels. It was like a fraction of the price, and so much nicer food and so much nicer atmosphere. I can't say it was nicer people, the people that we happened to meet, and we had a really fun time. It was really rowdy and there was a lot of singing, and it was very jolly, and it was like, it kind of like restored our faith in these like communal Shabbats. So we decided we're probably going to take a break now. We had one not great one and one like really nice one. So I think it is something we will do again. And I'm glad I did both, but I felt like, I don't know, these big ones, I just was like, it's that kind of thing where I was like, somebody needs to just be on an organising committee and take control of this. Oh, they'd advertised this surprise, like there's going to be a surprise at the big one. And we got there and we were like, well, what's the surprise? And they were like, the hall was like repainted. That was a surprise. And we were like, oh, we've never been to this hall because we're new, and is that really a surprise? To advertise like big surprise, oh my God. Really, I just felt like, I understand they want to make, money for the shul and make donations for the shul, but I really don't think they went about it in the best way. And actually, it's the kind of thing where I feel like, I should just be on this committee and help organise it and make it better. And then I was like, actually, no, I don't want to be in any committees yet. Like, it's too soon to do anything like that. But anyway, in conclusion, I'm really glad we went, and I would like to go again. And I guess, I don't know if I'd go to that really big, like, White City one again. Maybe if I had a group of people and then we could all save a table for ourselves and not be nice to anybody else. But actually, that's not really the point of it, is it? It's supposed to go and like actually meet new people. So we'll have to keep an eye out and see what else is available. But I think having done 2 in a row, we've kind of ticked that box for now, and we will go again another time.